Hi guys, gals, and non-binary pals, it is 𝗍𝗶𝗂𝗧 here. Today, I have started a small show kind of thing called The Video Diaries, which is what you are about to watch. There are 8 episodes in the show, and I would like to preface by saying everything in the show is fictional and is purely for entertainment purposes, and entertainment purposes only. I hope you guys enjoy it and have fun watching.
Missing someone with all your missing someone.
Hi, I haven't recorded a video diary in a bit, but I like getting my feelings out in this way, I think. I don't know if it's because I'm talking to a camera and I really like cameras, or maybe it's because I'm always heard but never listened. Both of those sound really dumb, and I'm never saying either again. Oops. My mother, with her brilliant mood swings, has gone back from being insanely angry to asking me questions. What were you thinking? Why would you try to run away? Did you know someone was going to hurt Matt? How did you not get hurt? Why did it take you so long to realize he wasn't coming? Question after question after question. And to be honest, I think I'm sick of it. I've never been close to her, but also she's never made an attempt to really talk to me or get to know me. Other than that though, I think I'm doing pretty good. The deputy, he finally talked to me. I did have to do some questioning, so that was a little not that fun. But overall, not horrible. He just asked me why Matt and I were running away, and I said that we wanted to start a new life in New York, and he said that was foolish, and I said, clearly. I don't know what else he expected me to say. And then I asked him why he suspected me, and he said, "Why do you think?" And I was like, "Sir, don't you have access to every single camera in the city? Do you not? Is that a false fact? Have you ever looked at them?" And he said he hadn't thought of it. So I leave that day, and the next day he comes in, and he thanks me for asking to look at the cameras. He says I'm not as big of a suspect, which is good because I didn't do it. He said that he saw me standing at the light the whole time, but then he asked why I knew he should check the cameras, and I was like, "Sir, it's common sense." And then he said that I am still a suspect because I came up with the idea. I've never met such a dumb deputy in my life. I've never really met a deputy before. Deputy Louise, if you ever hear this, I'm so sorry for insulting you. Please don't get mad at me. I just think your reasoning is stupid. And I also think that you kind of have a vendetta against me. But that's just a personal opinion, and my personal opinion is that your opinion sucks. At least I'm not the main suspect. He thinks that I'm an accomplice now, which is still pretty horrible considering that it was my best friend, but I guess that's what happens when life, I don't know. My dad has talked to me. He's not very chatty, but at least he's speaking and saying words, so that's improvement. Human connection that I didn't have for a while, so enjoying that. But speaking of human connection, the notes. I went to the treehouse. Clearly, I'm alive. Whew, that would have been really bad if I just like made the 2 video diaries and then it died. I would take a risk though. I found this note inside the treehouse, which was set very neatly on my bed, meaning that whoever this person is not only goes to school with me, but knows that I have that treehouse, so I could have a possible stalker. I think this is my main suspect for the murderer, because just keep listening. Be careful who you trust. What? First of all, that kind of sounds like a threat. And second of all, I don't trust this person. Like, if I have to be careful of who I trust, couldn't you at least, like, voice that to me instead of stalking me, following me to a treehouse, leaving the notes at the treehouse, putting notes inside my locker? Yeah, notes, plural. Note after note after note. I haven't told my mom or my therapist about this, so it's kind of our little secret. Inanimate camera. I really miss him too. Suspicious, first of all. Like, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, like, as if I'm not the only one allowed to grieve. Clearly, I'm not the only one allowed to grieve. Like, I'm just trying to help you, smiley face. Every day, I would get a new letter, like every school day. It's not every, a few days were missed, but you get the point, the essential of it. It's times like this. Who can you really trust? I know who I don't trust, and that's the person who left me all of these weird notes. That's who I don't trust. Watch out for the deputy. I'm gonna set this aside. We're gonna talk about this one in depth. I don't have just a few comments. I have a whole sentence, a whole essay about that one specifically. Ella barely knew him. Don't be fooled. You see, this popped up into my locker the day after I talked to Ella, one of Matt's closest friends. But you know what's funny about Ella? She said something very similar to this. Ella and I have never talked. I mean, we've talked. Obviously, we go to the same school. She was friends with Matt. I was friends with Matt. We're not friends, Ella and I. We are not friends. Not because I dislike Ella, but I think I do after now. Was that correct grammar? Anyways, Ella. She's been Matt's friend for about as long as I've been Matt's friend. They're not super close though. He loves her. Everyone loves Ella. She came up to me and she was like, I heard that you have a meeting with the deputy. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, do you trust the deputy? And I was like, why? Because I barely know this girl. She's asking me weird questions about a murder case. I don't even know if you're supposed to do that. Is that legal? I should tell the deputy she said that. No, Ella's hella suspicious. Ella. Sorry, that's not funny. That was a dumb joke. Ella was just like, oh, I don't think you should trust the deputy. And I was like, why? And she was like, you just shouldn't trust him. And then she's like, unless of course you didn't do it. And I was like, what? And she was like, well, you were the last person who was supposed to know where Matt was, and he was supposed to meet up with you. And I was like, hello? Are you accusing me of murder with no evidence? And I was like, if I did kill Matt, Ella, you know what I would do? And she was like, what would you do, Rachel? And I was like, I would go up into the hallway and accuse someone of doing it, so suspicion was placed onto them. slammed my locker. And she was like, "What's that supposed to mean?" And I was like, "I don't know, Ella. What is that supposed to mean?" And I left. I don't care. She can gossip about me all she wants. I know she will, because that's the kind of person she is. And as much as it sucks to be that kind of crappy human being, she is. And that will not change about her. So I've given her something to talk about. So she should technically be thanking me. Now, let's get on to this one. The day after I talked to her, I get this note in my locker saying, "Ella barely knew him. Don't be fooled," which, like, first of all, I wasn't fooled. Second of all, I think that's very ironic that that note got placed into my locker the day after Ella talked to me. And I don't know if this was on purpose, because the note that I got the day Ella talked to me was kind of around the same premise as what Ella said to me. Don't trust the deputy. Which, like, I didn't. Thanks for the advice, though. I don't trust anyone. I just told him to do his research, as I'd tell any uneducated person. But Ella is looking really suspicious to me, because first of all, why is she so quick to jump the gun? Like, and I realize now that my statement was kind of hypocritical, but that's not evidence. That's not solid evidence. She literally, like, came up to me and she did. She accused me of killing Matt, which is 1, disturbing, and 2, inhumane, and 3, I think she did it. Like, she seems like the type. Maybe she was like, "Hey, Matt, what's up?" And he was like, "Oh, hey, I'm not gonna be at school tomorrow." And she was like, "Why?" Oh my god. I think I'm onto something. I think Ella is my main suspect. I think I'm gonna try to see what she's hiding. But I don't want to talk to her, because I don't really like her. Not after that conversation, anyways. Yeah. I think she did it. Because why else would you blame me? I didn't do it. Okay, well, maybe she'd blame me because I look super suspicious and everyone thinks it's me, but that's a dumb reason to blame me. That's a really dumb reason to blame me. It's not. I'm mad. I'm upset. It's a lot to go through. He died, and then everyone thought I didn't, and now my mom hates me for it. She's still asking me questions every single day. There hasn't been a normal day at my household. My dad won't say a word to me. My sister won't talk to my parents. And she's just, like, in her own world. Or she's gone. Doesn't even show up for dinner half of the time. And then I have to go to school, and everyone's just staring and whispering, and I know that they're talking about me. Like, I know they are. It's not just paranoia. They literally are. And Ella coming up to me saying that is basically proof that they are. My teachers hate me. All of my grades have fallen. I had A's and B's, and those turned into C's and D's. And to make everything worse, I don't even have Matt. The one person, the only person in the world who would ever listen to me, the only person in the world who ever hung out with me for days on end. We went to Disney World together. It's a stupid memory. It was really nice though, like, being friends with someone. I haven't had many friends in my life. I've never had many friends. I've always just had 1 or 2 really good friends, and it hurts when it's over. And it hurts when I know it's gonna be over, but knowing that a friendship is about to end is so much less painful than the person just not existing anymore. Like, he's never gonna talk again. He's never gonna laugh. He's never gonna put the orange peel over his teeth or carrots in his nose. He's never gonna ask me really weird questions about mayonnaise. I don't understand how someone could kill someone else. I don't know what goes through someone's head to think that's the option. And I don't know how they could go through with it and be okay after. Because I know in my heart it has to be someone who I know. Like, sure, yeah, maybe it was some random guy on the street. Sure. But what are the chances? Not high. They were dressed in all black. Like, the deputy said the cameras couldn't even catch their face. That means someone did it with intention. They planned that. They knew. I didn't tell anyone I was gonna run away. I told absolutely nobody, so I don't know who could have figured it out. And I don't know if Matt told anyone, and I can't even ask him, hey, Matt, did you tell anyone? And that's all I want to know. Did he tell someone? And if so, who did he tell? Because whoever told Matt is the real suspect. But he could have told Ella. He could have. He could have told anyone, though. He could have told Alex. He could have told my own sister. He could have told any one of his friends. And I would have no clue, no idea. I think the deputy should go through his phone. If I was a police officer, that's what I would do. Check all of his texts. But they already did. That's how they knew that we were gonna run away. That's how they knew I was waiting. Other than the fact I came home and my parents had asked me where I'd been all night. My dad still barely talks to me. I'll just be like, hey, Dad, how are you? And he'll be like, okay. And I'll be like, how was your day? And he's like, okay. And I asked him what he did, and he said it doesn't matter. He's just short, to the point. But he also answers nothing. And my mom is just mad. Why are your grades slipping? Why aren't you connecting with your friends more? Why has your therapist been telling us you've been super quiet during sessions? Why aren't you taking therapy seriously? Why haven't you talked to us about Matt? Did you hurt Matt? What were your intentions leaving? Why would you want to go to New York? Why would you get a bus route to New York from Florida? Why? Why won't she shut up? I feel so alone. Like, yes, Alex is grieving with me, but he doesn't really understand exactly everything I'm going through, because he doesn't hear those whispers. He doesn't feel those stares. Nobody does. But I know that the only thing he does have to sames me is the loud blaring thoughts over every teacher's voice, wondering why someone could have killed Matt, or when they did it, or how. How did they know? How would they know where he was on his route? How did they find him? Why did they plan it? Why did they go through with it? Why Matt? But I wonder if Alex wonders why it wasn't me. I think about that every day. I would trade my life for him if I could. If I could go back in time, I would have just met him at his house and texted him, "I'm outside," and walked the whole route with him. Then maybe it wouldn't have happened. Maybe it would have happened to both of us. Or maybe things would have been right and it would have been me and not him. I don't understand why they would hurt him over me. I'm not nice or funny. I'm not charismatic. I don't know the right things to say to people. I just feel things and then I explode with feelings, and they're stupid feelings, and then they always morph into anger. But Matt was calm and cool and collected and funny. He was loyal. The best person anyone could have ever asked for to be their best friend. And someone else planned every detail to know what route he would take from his house to the bus stop that we were meeting at. Someone knew. I can't cry over this anymore. Like, I feel like tears are streaming down my face, but I can't get anything to fall. I can't get anything to feel. Like, it's just numb. Everything's just this numb, gray feeling closing in. It's deafening. I think we're gonna see if my mom will let me take a walk.